Good evening. I hope we don't have problems online tonight because as soon as I clicked on it said trying to reconnect. So I'm hoping that this isn't going to be an issue. Goodness, that would not be good. Let's see, get me up on my iPad. And there we go. We're all set. Good Sunday evening. I hope you've had a great week and a wonderful weekend. Hard to believe this month is, I just can't believe it. The 16th? Man, this is just too much. Seems like we just had November 1st last week. And we're more than halfway through the month. And pretty soon it will be Thanksgiving. Hope you all have good plans. I don't have much going on. Hi, Lori. Thanks for joining, and thanks you very much for sharing. We don't have much going on. I guess we're going to have a late Thanksgiving, which is very unusual for us. Our one son is going to come over with his wife and our grandson, but it will be late in the day because they're going to her parents' house for Thanksgiving at lunchtime. So they're going to be turkeyed out. Hi, Shar. Welcome. So I am glad that we're going to have somebody here with us for a little bit. And hopefully I want to get all my Christmas decorating done that day because I don't want to spend more than a day doing that. I don't want to take any more time away from crafting down here, trying to get things ready for the craft sale. I did spend quite a bit of time again. I have a couple things that I can show you that I've been working on. I sat down and worked out pricing for everything. Thank you, Shar, for your advice on a few things. Hi, Carol. Thanks for sharing, Shar. I appreciate it. So I am hopefully on my way on that. I was able to take a few things over to the tea or coffee shop on Saturday afternoon to drop off just a little sampling of what I've been making. And hopefully I'll get to Peenie's Parlor this next week here to drop off her things that I've got. So I didn't want to take away too much of the things that I had, but they were both going to have open houses the same day as the craft fair, so I needed to give them something. So anyway, let's see. Oh, the paper pumpkin came. It came today. I was so surprised when I was in the bathroom as I tell my husband, I'm putting on my war paint. I was in the bathroom putting some more lipstick on and thought I heard something outside, and so I went and looked out the front door, and here my paper pumpkins were sitting on the front porch. So we will delve into those on Tuesday night and put them together. They're 8 treat boxes is what they are, and they have a you could put like cookies inside of them without them being in bags. So they have that kind of a, I don't know, not waxy, but there's a film on the inside of it with the little peek that I had looked like it had a contrasting color on the inside. So we will put those together. Hi, Pam. Welcome. I'm glad everybody's popping on so soon. That's nice. So I think I'm ready to flip the camera down and we will get started. So, oops, I guess I should flip it first before I stand up. And let's see. All right. How far does this come down? Ooh, not far enough. Bring this up just a little bit more. Every time I let go of it, it goes down just a smidge. Okay. So we are going to work with the Delicate Pines stamp set. This one right here. Okay, come on. There we go. I was waiting for it to catch up so I could see what was going on. We're going to be using this along with a coordinating paper for the first card. The second card, we're just going to be using the stamps out of this, and some of the greetings out of the Jolly Holly. So, I've got our first card in here with all its parts and pieces. And we are using a white card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. I think it's pretty much, yep. We have a piece of white cardstock, which, if you can see, I went ahead and embossed it using the new embossing folder. Beautiful Pattern, it's called. So you can probably see the pattern on here better than you can on the actual paper. This is a really pretty embossing folder. I think it's going to get used an awful lot. Kind of a, I don't know, not nondescript, but I think you could use it for any occasion. So anyway, we've got that, and that piece is 3 3/4 by 5. And it's going to get mounted on the front. And then we have a piece of this beautiful, I don't know if you can see the shine. No, I can't remember the name of it. Hang on, I got it sitting right over here. Bronze or something. Oh my gosh, it's stuck together. Earth and Tone Metallic Specialty Paper. And I had not used that, and I had bought it a couple months ago, I think, and thought, you know, I should get this out and use it for a card. So we are going to use, this card is going to be in the landscape, and we're just going to put this right on here. And I am going to use the Tombow glue, the mono glue, just because this is embossed. I don't know how well it would work with the tape runner. We're just going to kind of put this in the center, and it goes from side to side, and I didn't give you the measurements. Hang on a second, I'll give it to you. It is 1.5 by 5. Okay, let me get this on good. I just put some lotion on my hands. I would prefer, and of course there was some glue on the edge of that. Great. Not rubbing that over. My hands have been so dry. This time of the year is hard on them. And then I have, what do I have? 4 pieces. Great for using up your scraps if you've got scraps. Pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 3.5. And they are going to go on here. Let's see. I had a... Okay. They're so nice you can use either side. I think we're going to go like so. We're just going to kind of line them up on here. Bring that down, bring that over just a smidge. I know they have kind of a large gap in them, but that's okay. That's what we want. And I usually start with the centers on gluing these on. And for this, I will use the Stampin' Seal. Not the plus, just the Stampin' Seal. So I'll start with the center ones, because they sort of set the tone for distance and how you want to line them up. This is an easy peasy card. it gets to be this time of the year where you gotta get serious about making your Christmas cards. You want something that's going to be fairly easy and fast. And that's what this is. And there we go. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and I'm just going to put dimensionals on the 4 corners and one kind of in the center. Oh, guess I didn't. Don't need to go overboard on this because we still have another layer I want to put on, and I do want to put dimensionals on that as well. So I'm trying to skirt around where that's going to go so we don't have double the dimensionals. All right. There we go. Now I did stamp the smaller, or the second largest snowflake from this pattern. Now I never realized that these were what I thought were standalone dies are to cut out the inside of these snowflakes. I just saw a video doing this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have realized that, and I didn't. So I just went ahead and cut this out just to make our life a little bit easier. And there's 2 of these sizes. This one's the smaller one, and the other one's just a little bit longer, and that's for the larger snowflake. So we are going to mount this over here, and we are going to use the mini dimensionals, and we're going to pop this up. If I can get my fingers off of it. Okay, we want one in the center. Let's see if this is going to work. Let me look at this. I don't want one there. So hopefully you can see that. I'm just taking one off. Ah, Jean. This is not what... Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have... I think that's going to be okay. I'm just going to go with that for right now. We're going to add some more onto this, and we're going to put this over here on the side. Kind of half... I'm trying to get this to show through down here. I punched out one of these tags, and we're going to put the greeting Merry Christmas on there. And I would like to add a little old olive around the edge of that. We'll do that first. There is enough ink on here just to give... Well, that's good, Jean. Had it on your thumb. Guess that it's a good thing that there's 2 sides to the... Well, I had it on both sides. All right, let's try this again. Good grief. Okay, this is what I used. Good thing I don't have the punch too far away. I like this one. Now let's see. I guess I will not ever put hand cream on my hands before going live. I'll wait until afterwards. I would be upset if I had just stamped this too. And the ends, there we go. Just a slight color. Don't want it to be overpowering. Get in there. Okay. Now, Merry Christmas. We're going to do that in Cherry Cobbler. Sorry if my head's in the way. I guess it's not. I think I should have gone the other direction. That's good. I love this little Merry Christmas. It fits in this such tiny little spots. Okay, now let's see. There is not a dimensional on each side there. We are going to mount this right in the center here, like so. Okay. I think that's straight. Maybe just a smidge this way. There. Okay. Our front is done with the exception of putting on some bling, which we will do. And then for the inside, I have to look at my sample. I think I just stamped it. I did. Okay. We're going to stamp from the stamp, same stamp set. It's the most magical time of the year. And then I'm going to stamp a couple of snowflakes. Where's the little one? Okay, where'd the little snowflake go? I know where it is. I was using the block for something else. And we're going to stamp the sentiment in Cherry Cobbler again. Go in the right direction. I just kind of put it in the center here. I like this one because it comes out so nice and clear for me, and it is a pretty fine stamp. Okay, and we're going to do the larger snowflake in Pretty Peacock. We're going to add it up in the corner. And then I like to turn it and stamp it one more time. And then we're going to take the little one and we're going to use Old Olive down in this corner, which you can't see. Let me move it up. And that's going to go right down here. Like so. Now if you wanted to decorate the envelope, you could add some snowflakes on that. Here's our envelope. Why don't we do that? Shouldn't have put this away. Some of these. That's nice looking. How about one on the front? I keep having to reopen the pretty peacock here. Put one down here in this corner. The best way of lining this up is if you can see the dots in the center, and then you know you've got it centered. I did not do that on that one. Is a little off. Couldn't see it. All right, and we'll add some bling to the front using our beautiful faceted snowflakes. I love these. Let's do the smaller ones. Oh. Maybe we'll put one up there. Let's add a little more. And maybe one. Yeah. Down there. And that's our first card. Hi, Nancy. Glad you could join us. Let's see, who else haven't I acknowledged here? Carol. Pam, I think I welcomed you. But if I haven't, consider yourself welcomed. Okay, that's number one. I like how you can see the DSP through the little openings on the snowflakes. So let's try another card. We're going to be using Pretty Peacock and Cherry Cobbler. I don't think we're using any other color. Nope. Envelope. This is another one that's going to be landscape. This time I went ahead and cut the large snowflake out. Put that aside. And we're going to use the Joy. It's the first time I've used this. I don't know why. I like it, but it's getting used tonight. So we have, this is going on the inside, a standard piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and that does not feel like it's completely even. Oh, I guess it's not bad. Give it a good press. Okay. Yeah. And then we have a piece of the green velvet paper, and that is 3 1/4 by 4. And a piece that I went ahead and used the plaid embossing folder, Forever Plaid. And this piece is like 2 1/16, it looks like, by 4 inches. So these are going to go on here on the front. And I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Adding a little extra glue because of the embossing folder. I think I've got this on here right. I'll hold it a second. Did you guys always get a mark on your nails like this? Every time I do, and it's from opening and closing my inks. And it's there permanently. I can not be stamping for days and it's still on there. Using a scrub brush does not take it off. It looks like I have bruise under my nail or something. Okay, and then this is going to go right next to it. I'm going to go ahead. This has got a paper backing on it, so you can go ahead and use the Tombow glue if you wish. Trying to get the edges about the same. Okay. We're going to take our die cut snowflake. Glad I discovered that you can cut those centers out. I would have been so disgusted with myself if I would have realized it after the fact or the season is over with. Man, that wouldn't have been fun. This is just going to go on here like so. And I have to look to see. I did not. I glued it directly on. I wonder. We're going to try using the embellishments on it. Or not embellishments. Dimensionals. I just never can get that exactly right. I want to switch those two around all the time. We'll put extra on this one. And we're going to put one in this. Nah, oh, why not? It's probably going to mean I'll have to do extra postage. Maybe. We'll see. Because we still want to get... Oh, I missed one. The embellishments on the front. Should have put them down a little bit more like that one is. Okay. Bring my card over here. And I want it this way so it's not quite as wide. Okay. Our joy is easy enough to put glue on if you don't throw it around. I thought, oh, do I need to put one of those? sticky things on the back of it. I'm just gonna put this, gonna kind of use the line. Okay. This time we're putting the red ones on. I considered cutting this out with the velvet, but I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. Might have been fine. Has anybody tried doing any die cutting with these other than the squares or rectangles or circles? I thought maybe it might be chancing it to do something like that. Okay. This is going to look spectacular. Whoops. There we go. And this is such an easy card. I would recommend, though, if you're going to use the dimensionals, to put them down back here further if you're going to put this on, because I think this is going to double up on the thickness and might be past the thickness quota that they allow. But I think it's a stunning card. With all that bling. Okay, the inside. Come here. Okay, I gotta look at what I did on mine. Alright. The cherry cobbler out. And we're going to use this card here that is 3 by 4 1/4, I think. Yep, 3 by 4 1/4. Turn it the right direction, Jean. Get rid of that since that's all looped up. And we're going to use the Bright and Happy Christmas Wishes on this. And we're going to add some of those tiny snowflakes. Tried to stamp off and I only got stamped off half of it. So I stamped off, we did the original here and the stamp off here. This one, when I stamped it off, I just did it really quickly, so it didn't have a lot of time to take a lot of ink off of it, so it is slightly darker. I discovered that when I made my sample, that you can kind of get away with that. And this is going to just get glued in on the inside. And I do like white on white. I think it looks pretty. It looks nice and clean. Sometimes I'll put a mat around them, but I didn't think it really needed it. I was trying to come up with something that less is more. And there is our second card. I had considered putting some red across here, and I'm like, no, then it's going to take away from that. And, you know, it's always something. All right. So that's card number 2. Here's card number 1. Should we stamp the envelope on this one? Let's. Where'd my envelope go? Here it is. Let's see. guess we can. How about we do the bigger one? Okay. Where did that? Oh, here it is. I'm just stamping off here, and I'm going to go ahead and add this in the center. Again, try lining up the dots. Should have done a better job of lining those up. Where are your dots there? I just noticed something. I don't know if it would be absolutely perfect. Can you see the lines here on the bottoms start to form a star going around? Interesting. Huh. Learn something new every day. Yeah, maybe we'll put a little one on the front. Ah, you dirty bird. Hate when that happens. There we go. Now, wasn't that quick? Wow. 7 after 7. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Those are pretty ones. I hope you like them. I like the new banner punch too. I think it is awesome. I am going to get a lot of use out of that. Sometimes I get punches, and especially if you've had them for a little while, you have a hard time finding things that will fit inside of them. But those I think are going to be okay. So let's have our drawing, and then I will get to the other stuff. So we only made the one card that we're going to use for the drawing tonight, so no choices. This is the one that opens out back. Okay, and it is number 1. It's Rhonda. Rhonda, I will be sending this one to you. So you'll get to see this one up close and personal. Our little 3D card. All right. Stick that on the back. All right, now, I don't know which is, I guess I could show you the, I've made the rest of the pillow boxes. I showed you what the pillow boxes looked like before, where I had taken and used the blending brushes to put the ink on. And then this last batch I made as little Santas, and this is how they turned out. So I just traced around that one of the circles and cut it out, and then I took a, oh, now what do you call it? that has the pokey thing in the center comes up and goes out, and you can change the radius. I wanted it to be just a little bit smaller, and so I could use a 6, it would be a 6 by 6. The circle actually was 6 1/4, so I wanted to take 1/4 of an inch off. So I could get 4 of them off out of one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This is actually not regular cardstock. It's the two-tone cardstock, so it's a little bit thinner. I thought it would work better for trying to form it around the score marks. This is some gold glimmer paper that I had that I used the second to the smallest square die. What is that set called? It's the one that we've had forever. This one. Stylish Shapes. So I used, oh actually, I guess I used that one. I thought that was the second to the smallest, but it's not. And then, this is something, I painstakingly took my ruler and measured in an 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then took my, like a little X-Acto knife that I have, that I've had since I was scrapbooking, and just cut a slit on each side so I could put my black cardstock through. This is that fluffy ribbon that we had, I still have, and I've got it filled with some little puff here, rather than take them out. I've got the bag here, just some puffy peppermints. So that is one. Then I wanted to show you, I got the calendars in, so this is what the calendars look like now, with the calendar on the front, and that we made the last time we were together. So that's how the whole thing, whoops, how the whole thing goes. Hopefully you can see that okay. There we go. I'm going to wait until it caught up there to make sure that you can see that. And I think those turned out really nice. I'm very pleased with them. Okay. And then this afternoon I was able to get a couple of tea towers made for putting tea bags in. It has the cover. I like these. I tried to buy some tea that would go well with some of the cardstock that we have. Here's another one. I used that. I loved this paper from that set from Easter. I got to use a few more of my little bees. So that's what I have there. Now if you want to take a quick look at the paper pumpkin before I flip the camera back and we can have a little chat. This is what it looks like. It comes with a really nice set of stamps. Let's see. It says Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, with love, to and from, which is a nice small one. Sometimes you see the to and the from and they're so large that you'd have to have a huge tag to put them on. A gift for you, from our home to yours, and sending a little Christmas cheer, and then this nice little wreath. Maybe you can see it better on this side. The color for this month is Mossy Meadow. And we've got some nice little gems here. Now, I don't know if you can, I just slid it so that I could take one of these boxes out to take a look at what it looks like. I like these embellishments. They look like little cherries. They're they're matte finish. Okay, let me show you what I mean by the inside. See, it's got kind of a shiny finish, so it would be okay for putting some food in, but it's not very wide. Is that a 1/2 inch even? Yeah, it is a 1/2 inch, so it's going to be a 1/2 inch deep. But we will work on those on Tuesday night. So stay tuned. See what else is in this kit. I'm excited about this one. This is what they look like. So you make eight of them, and they have some really pretty tags that go with it. Hopefully you can see that it's not all shiny. You get such a glare usually. Yep, you can see it. Great. Okay. Now I'm going to try to flip the camera back at me so that we can talk. Flip this back up and flip it once more. I gotta sit back down. There we go. Oh, I feel like I'm... Oh, the light on my eyes is too much. Okay, couple of things. December 1st to the 9th is the sale that they're having on all Paper Pumpkin products. So you can get a 3-month Paper Pumpkin, which they always have to start on this December one that's coming out. It automatically has, you have to get that one. I think you have a choice after that if you want to not take it for a month and hold off, but that first month you have to get it. So 3-month regularly is $81, and they are running $61, so it's $20 off. And according to what I read, shipping is included in the Paper Pumpkin amount. 6 months is $122, where it's normally $162, so you're saving $40. And 12 month is $244, and it would normally sell for $324. So $244 versus $324. And then the other thing that I just wanted to mention is my class. I wouldn't call it a class. My gathering that I'm going to have on December 13th, which is the brunch, bingo, and boxes. We're going to put together some boxes and bags and probably some gift tags, things that you might be needing to use for the holidays. I usually do one of those each year towards, usually in December. I didn't do it last year because it was right after I had surgery. I had to cancel that class, unfortunately. So we didn't do it last year. So there are a few people that were anxious to do it. And I thought, oh, let's throw in a bingo and let's do brunch. So it's the 13th at 10 o'clock. The cost is $50, and you're going to play 6 games, and the prizes are over $100 total. And then we're going to have a drawing. And if you wear a ugly sweater, you're going to get an extra chance for the drawing. And if you bring something to share to eat, you'll get another ticket. If you bring a friend, another ticket as well. The cost is $50, and I would need to have your reservation in by the 1st. And if you have any questions, just shoot me a message, and I'm happy to answer any questions on that. And it's here at my house, so good reason to come. Finally, get fed, and you'll have fun. So let me know. I've got room for 8 people, and so reserve your spot now if you want to. And I think that is all I have for tonight. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe by checking the bell. And if you're on Facebook, please like and follow and share, please. And that way, if you follow, you'll know when I'm putting on another video, and you'll get notifications. So have a good evening, everybody. I will see you Tuesday night, and it'll be Paper Pumpkin night. So have a good couple of days. See you Tuesday. Bye-bye.